good? It's your boy, Miles Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell every time I post some new content. Well, y'all already heard it, right? So, so let's just say that today's episode. Okay. So today's episode, right, is brought to you in part by these people that make this fantastic drink, Four Loko, right? And once again, no Four Loko do not, or the company that made Four Loko come to me, ask me to advertise. This is just me doing it because I think it's rather fantastic. And it relaxes you. Once again, this is the electric lemonade, which I pretty much, I like all of them, but the electric lemonade is near and dear to my heart. So now we got that out of the way. So look, people, apparently this is like big news, but if you ask the crazy uncle, right? This is, look, this shit here, this is not surprising, right? And you know, I have to always go back to what the other young pastor name is. He was on Angel Reach podcast, and y'all remember the question that was asked, right? Same shit right here, right? So you know, I'm gonna let this run, right? Then I actually really tell you what I actually really think about this. Just know that motherfuck C.S.I. Miami, C.S.I. New York, C.S.I. Los Angeles. This is C.S.I. North Little Rock, Arkansas. Once again, Crazy Uncle gonna tell y'all what's happening.
Like this could get you on the best dressed list. It's eye-popping and shows off lots of curves. But the woman happens to be the wife of a prominent pastor. And that has people asking, is it too much for someone in her position? Dr. Carrie Turner Bryant is married to Atlanta pastor and activist Jamal Bryant. Her black lace and strapless gown gave the illusion that it was sheer, but it had a nude lining. She wore it at a fundraising event. The outfit is blowing up on the internet with thousands of comments, both pro and con. You look absolutely amazing. That dress is beautiful on you. Love the dress. The noise about the dress got so loud on New Year's Eve, Pastor Bryant talked about it from the pulpit at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church.
Boy, you know what? Let's look at this. Let's look at this particular picture right here. And them folk, they giving pastor a lot of money. A lot of money. And they really don't know who they're giving it to, or they think they're giving it to somebody that's for all the right reasons. So let's let it run.
In Atlanta.
I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress.
Now, see this right here, right? He bought the dress. Okay. But it's almost like, okay, you're explaining yourself, right? What husband, as well as the wife, in their right mind, looking like how she was looking, right? It's okay to dress nice, people. But when you give it off that hoish mentality, right, then yeah, it's a serious problem. But it's just like what I was saying, you know, and I'm going to let this finish, you know, but it's just like what I'm saying, you know, if y'all really understood or understand what all this shit here is, right? Then one or two things, you're going to respond one or two ways, right? You're either gonna be for or against. But we already know everybody here are brainwashed beyond belief, right? Of course they're gonna cheer.
And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
His wife is in the pulpit wearing an orange dress, listening to her husband's fiery words. She posted to Instagram, "Thank you, not just for me, but for every woman who has experienced what I continue to walk through."
Pastor, right? Looking at that particular clip, right? I know why you bought the dress. Because everybody in your congregation is probably giving anywhere. Put it like this. Let's just say that the lowest is probably $100. Right? So you getting all this money. I mean, a lot of it, I know, okay, I get it. You got the upkeep, other places, utilities, and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so you bought the dress. Good for you, motherfucker. It's still inappropriate in a sense. Okay, you like the dress, right? Okay, good for you, motherfucker, right? What? You supposed to get some brownie points from the crazy uncle because you bought the dress, right? You get 9 times out of 10, you're probably lying about that. You lie about every goddamn thing else, right? You supposed to be a man of God, but you got that big ass church. What does Acts 17:24 say there, Pastor Brian? Right? Just know if me and you ever cross paths, I will tear your ass up. You as well as Pretty Ricky and Pastor Jenkins, any of y'all call yourself, you know, I will fuck up all three of y'all, right? And any other pastor that actually really want to try to challenge me off of what the hell I just told you. So, and then what's so bad about it, right? I'm gonna tell you how fucked up this is, right? So you saw the dress what she had on. Then you look at her at church. Totally completely different dress, right? And I know a lot of y'all gonna be saying, okay, well, that's inappropriate. Well, okay, but what the fuck you think that was? And then at a fundraiser too. So what did you have your wife do, Pastor? Show a little ass? Because you know, show a little titty? Because that's what the fuck you was actually really trying to go with it. All right? Talking about I bought the dress. Okay, what the fuck that mean? Please tell me what the fuck that mean, right? You got your wife outside looking like a hoe. All because of what the fuck you like, right? I mean, you know, but hey, you know, but to each his own. But the thing about it though is that, okay, I really, to be perfectly honest, I really ain't too pissed off about the dress because, like you said, that's your wife, right? What I'm pissed off about is that when you brought your flock of sheep and try to explain that shit, no, you just dug yourself in a bigger hole. If you want to be perfectly honest, you dug yourself in a bigger hole there, Pepper. Right? There's other ways to show off your wife than to do that right there, right? I mean, because everybody talking about, we will see through, but I mean, now that you actually really stop and look at it, okay, it ain't see through, but that's what the fuck that's what you give it off. That's what you give it off. Yeah, you bought the dress, you like the dress, right? But no, partner, you know, it's just for the simple fact that like this. I'm in liberty to say that you ain't no real man, dog. Like, really. Because, again, and I hate to sound like old broke ass record, but why would you buy a dress to make it look like that she naked up under? Why would you do that? I mean, that dress was she had on. That looked like some old role play shit. How baby go put this dress on, right? You know, it's again, like I said, for those of us that are married, okay, yes, we all want our wife to look nice when we go out, right? But then, like I said, there's a real, I don't like saying there's a thin line with shit, but I will say that what's actually like really appropriate, right, versus what is like non-appropriate, right? What it was actually like see-through or not, that's inappropriate, right? Just like I say, why would you give the illusion like as if she ain't got nothing up under that, right? And then who's to say she probably still didn't have it up under that, right? So again, right? Don't put like this. I always believe anytime when somebody got to come back and explain themselves about certain things, yeah, you was fucked up in the first place. You was fucked up in the first place, Pastor. Just like I say, it's your old bootleg pastor, as far as I'm concerned, right? You got the people in a place where Yahweh said that he would never be in, right? That's made by somebody's hands, right? And then y'all in there worshiping him with your hands. Whether it's putting money in the collection plate or actually praying, right? But put like this, I can sit up here and I can talk about this shit all doggone day long, right? It ain't gonna change nothing. At least for right now, it's not gonna change anything, right? But it's just for the fact, okay, it's like advertising on you advertising your wife, dog. What, you don't like her no more, right? You don't fuck no more, or you too busy fucking somebody else's wife or one of the goddamn choir members? Which one is it? Right? Don't worry, I'll wait. I mean, but it's shit like this. See, this is where, and I heard one guy, he was talking about, well, this is what the church has become. This is what the church has, what it is now. But here's the deal. It's like what I've been telling y'all a lot of times, right? The church ain't never been, put like this, the church ain't never been right. Because you ain't supposed to be in there. None of us are supposed to be in there. And the one time that Joshua did come into church, what did he do with all the people? He ran all of them out of there. I don't know where about in the Bible that it is, but yeah, he went in there, cleared all that shit out. So apparently, y'all don't pay attention to detail, right? But I'm going to tell you something, Pastor Brian, and anybody else that is a so-called pastor, right? Y'all supposed to be following the footsteps of God or Jesus, right? So I just got to ask you the $64,000 question. When Jesus was here, or when Joshua was here, walking the earth plane for 33 years, right? Doing all of these miracles and stuff, right? Did he ask for money or did he just do it? Right? I mean, where y'all at? Pastor Bryant, Pastor Jenkins, any other pastor. But my thing is this. Y'all, this right here, this shit been going on like forever today. In the 80s, it was either the 80s or the 90s, Jimmy Swaggart, right? He be like, and God said this, and God said that, and God said other. And then 2 weeks later, that motherfucker cried on TV. Talking about, forgive me because I have sinned. Right? Really? Really, motherfucker? So this is what the fuck we do now. Right? You advertising your wife for something. Something that's actually really going on there. Right? Something, I'm pretty sure he passing her around. Talking about you a goddamn activist. Okay, the first activity that you need to do is shut down your damn church, right? Because for one, you got to explain yourself, and then you got people in there in a place that, hell, you ain't even supposed to be in there. You ain't even supposed to be in there. But hey, that's y'all. And then what's so bad about it, right? New Year's Eve, so-called New Year's Eve. I know a lot of pastors, they do that. Y'all act like really think January 1st, the first month of the new year. So not only you don't know what fucking time it is, right? But you got all the people in a place where they don't need to be. They're like saying, I ain't too fucked up about the dress. I'm just looking at him as a so-called pastor. Right? No, somebody can do an interview with your ass right now, and then you say, I got the calling from God. Okay, so what did he look like? How did he come to you? What did he say to you? This motherfucker can't tell you just like all the rest of them can't. So again, stop trying to explain yourself, guys. All right? You knew what the fuck that you was doing when you bought the dress. You can't sit up here and tell me that you didn't. Oh, baby, wear this dress. No, I want to. And then go back and look at the video. He's snatching her up. No, bitch, you too far. You too far. Right? Y'all, again, it's amazing. It's motherfucking amazing. Right? And then all the women in the audience, all the cackling hens, right? And then here come the dude. Here comes some men. And so for the most part, I've really got to ask the question. Would you really, so if y'all married, y'all would let y'all woman come out the house looking like that? And if you do, if you shake your head, yeah, you a dumb motherfucker. Plain and simple, y'all. Plain and motherfucking simple. Well, like I say, it's not surprising. This is not surprising at all. This is what devil worshipers do. Yeah, I said it. And I'll say it again. This is what the fuck devil worshipers do. They show off, say, ooh, look at what I got. And then, like I said, they was at a goddamn fundraiser too. So who the fuck was the fundraiser for? That's another question. Who was the fundraiser for? Was it for y'all? Because if it's for y'all, right, I can most definitely understand why you had her in that damn dress. right? But once you fuck up, don't go out there trying to explain it yourself, right? They say, yeah, I fucked up. Well, why? Well, maybe just because I feel like fucking up that particular day. I felt the fuck up coming on. I couldn't stop it. So I let this shit happen. That's what you should have said, Pastor, right? Instead of talking that bullshit what you talking. All right. So anyway, that's my spill on that. So that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street around the corner, Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'ma holler at y'all.